Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I am now in the shop. Jeep Wrangler, guys. Y'all see that? Check engine light. Oh, one of the older models. When the last time you seen an instrument panel like this? Yeah, it's not that old, like an 04, I want to say. Well, it's old enough to where I would need a different scan tool to diagnose this thing. My patented, all too important scan tool called a DRB3, guys. Yes, that check engine light on. Oh, I got airbag light on, or seatbelt light on. That might just be seatbelt. Well, anyway, guys. Now the driver left auto zone, guys. That's why I always try to. People always tend to try to relate AutoZone or Advanced Auto to the dealership. They always say things like, well, yeah, they'll check your code for free. Sure, they will scan your car and check it for free, but that's not a diagnostic. So he went up there and they told him what the code was and sold him a gas cap. Guys, that is not a diagnostic and a repair. Number one, the mere fact he told him the code, I think it was 0457 or some large evap leak. Large evap leak. Your gas cap almost will have to be off for the computer to pick up such a large leak like that. All right. Now, sure, you could have left the gas cap loose, but I'm not sure you would get a large. My point is, that's not diagnostic, guys. When you come to a large facility or even a dealership, their charge is for diagnosing the car as well as scanning it. So please don't confuse the two. Yes, some shops will scan your car for free. You don't even need a high-dollar piece of equipment to do that. You can just use a regular old code reader. In fact, you can use a code reader because all you're interested in is the P number or the fault code from the check engine light while the check engine light is on. All right, that's not what they do at the large facility. I mean, they go there, but they go a whole lot farther, which is what I'm going to do. Now, they was a little upset they had to pay for diagnostic charge. It'd be that way. I'm finna tell you why the light is on and why the code exists from the beginning. That's totally different from the code is on, here's why it's on. All right, and sell your bought a gas cap he don't need, or he may not need. I don't know. I haven't checked it yet. But like I said earlier, I got to grab my DRB. Y'all watch this video right here where I spoke about that DRB. It's really, really good for older model, pre-2006 model vehicles. All right, most of those do not use. This is my interface, Y-Pod interface I use for 06 and up. And now the new 2021, 22, there's a new bus network system coming out that this will be required. Okay. Yes, there's older models of this, but it won't be able to work on that. All right, I'm talking too much. Let me go grab my DRB, guys, and let's diagnose this car the right way, guys. All right, y'all ready? Man, let's get it. All right, guys, here we go with my scan tool. I'm trying to keep that light minimum so y'all can see. We're gonna go under engine diagnostics, standalone. Let's click yes, 1982 through 07. 07 Pacific, because I want to say that's what they talk about. Because most 07s I can't read. Let's do all. Let's do engine. Because we're interested in why they check engine light on, which all P codes usually would generate in the engine or transmission. There's P codes in transmission as well. So it's determining controllers type. Please wait. We wait, and we will get. Let's go under read DTCs, and what we will find is read DTCs. Okay, evap leak monitor, large leak detected, guys. Y'all know what a large leak means? That means it's a huge leak. I mean, can a fuel cap cause that? Sure. I guess if it's left totally off, it could. There's some things under the hood that could cause it. All right. A lot of things can cause it, but you will never know until you perform a diagnostic. Now, I'm going to use a piece of equipment called a leak detection or evap smoke machine leak detector. All right. All it does, guys, is fill the evap system up with steam and pressure. Okay. So what we are to look for using that machine is steam coming out. That's when while the system is being filled up by the machine, you're supposed to look around until you can visually see the smoke or the steam coming out. That would indicate where the leak is at. All right, now a lot of time that's not feasible, so I'll tend to use the pressure portion of the machine. All right, so if pressure drops, it's trying to fill it up, so I guess it's basing it off vacuum. If the needle or if the ball drop all the way down, that insinuates no leak. If the ball do not drop all the way down, there is a small leak. But this code, the computer picked up a large. So, and guys, also keep in mind, large leak may be visible to the naked eye. So you might can get away with not even needing a machine. Simply do a major visual inspection. Yes, you might get lucky. Okay, man, I am talking too much, guys. In fact, speaking of visual inspection, let's go under the hood and do just that. Okay, this is a Wrangler, guys, so I hope they don't have that locking. Y'all remember the video? Watch this video. I showed y'all what that's a new. Somebody explained to me what that was. I appreciate that, my man. I can't even remember his name, but he explained to me that's some type of Jeep thing, and the key is coded when you stick the key in there. So I was under the impression that they had to code the cylinder to the key. I don't know, but whoever explained that, I appreciate it, man. A lot of things I still don't know, guys. I've never and never will claim to know everything. I learn as I go, and I learn from you guys also. All right, man, let's get on with the visual inspection. Let's get it. Alrighty, guys, what y'all know about this? Yes, the inline 6-cylinder engine made of steel. This engine was bulletproof. Well, it had its problems, but it was a great engine, guys. All right, what we doing? We're doing a visual inspection of the evap system. All right, here's part of the evap system. In fact, this is the complete purge valve right here. Attached to purge valve will be vacuum lines. One simply going to a vacuum source, which is headed up right there. No, not here. Or is this? Well, it's headed to a vacuum source. They got it teed in. This is an older model, guys. And the other end of the purge valve is headed toward the vapor canister, I want to say. Remember, guys, that's how the evap emission system is set up. This purge will purge those vapors out of the canister to route them back into the intake to burn at a predetermined time. All right, so it's the whole purpose of the evap system is to prevent exhaust fumes and vapors from escaping into the atmosphere. Okay, that is a big no-no with the EPA. All right, I don't visually see nothing under the bottom. Nothing under the hood. All right, so let's go to the heart and soul of the evap system. Simply the ESM. All right, that is the brain. And I may call it a different name on this model, NVLD or something like that. It doesn't matter. Let's get the car in the air and let's locate that vapor canister and that ESM. All right, let's get it, man. All right, guys, I have the car up in the air, the Jeep up in the air. Now, what we're looking for, like I say, where all those vapors living at. Remember, guys, those vapors are stored in a vapor canister, charcoal canister, some may call it. Now, they hide them all over the place, depending on the car maker. Where is they hiding it at? On the Jeep, you would think it would be hidden because these are basically off-road, and you don't want to damage that thing. Because notice they got all this stuff covered up. Transmission covered up. You can bang on some things with the Jeep. They pretty much all four-wheel drive. Where is that daggum vapor canister? If I was a vapor canister, where would I live on a Jeep Wrangler? All right, so let's follow the trails, guys. The vapor line's coming out of the tank, but those just liquid. Those feed the so this canister have to be hiding somewhere. What y'all think? Oh, no, they're probably on the other side because this goes to the neck. Let's go on this side. What y'all think? Think we on? Oh, think we on to something, guys. And ta-da! There we go, guys. Oh man, look, y'all see that? Whoa. Oh, talk about a large evap leak. Oh, that's my leak right there, guys. That's why all those vapors are escaping. That's why the computer picked up a large evap leak. Wow. See what I said? Sometime with large evap leaks, you can visually see this. Oh, I'm wondering if you got to get a whole tank, or can you get this separately? Uh-oh, guys. Yes, this box right here is the canister. Vapor canister. It's hidden, so if you ever want to know, guys, on the right side, right rear of the Jeep Wrangler, the vapor canister are hiding in here. Remember, they got to hide this stuff because if you puncture a hole in that, you will have a leak. But something has penetrated. Whoa. Yeah, that vapors will escape out of here, guys. All right, I don't know this by heart, so I'll have to go to the parts department. I'm gonna have to replace that. I don't know if it's part of the tank or the whole evap system. I won't know until I get the part. So, guys, I tell y'all what, y'all hold tight. I'll let y'all know what happened. But at any rate, I'm gonna end up trying to sell this portion of the. See, even in this instant, guys, I have my smoke machine right here. This is the smoke machine we use. I'm ready to go if I needed to add steam and smoke to the system, but there's no need to. If I plug this up right now, all my smoke and steam will come out right there. So there's no need to do a smoke test, right? Right. All right, so let me go find out about these parts. Stay tuned.